the delay. Let's just get started again. Okay, in your opinion, which external bodies on campus are the most valuable to connect with and why? Starting with
I think that when we're working in tandem with another undergrad society or graduate society for that matter, it's a great opportunity to work with because they have students that they bring to the equation and they have a workforce. But when it comes to actually advertising to these groups, I don't know how useful that is. More useful are actual individual clubs that we can partner with, and the AMS itself. I think that we need to maintain the strong connection we have with the AMS. They are legal representation and booking representation. We can't do anything on campus without them.
I feel like each constituency has its own thing to offer, and the AUS can honestly learn from each one. Like the EUS, they have a design plan how they email all their students, and same with the CUS, they have special features about their constituency as well, and we can learn from their societies and grow as a society.
okay. Do you need a second?
Okay.
All right. If you were to be hired as one of your coordinators, which one would you be? Starting with Maria.
For me, I have a passion for philanthropy. That's one of my main goals here too. I will focus on all four of the points I did, but I have a major need for philanthropy because I have a vision for that. I want to have one local philanthropy and one international philanthropy that the AUS can give back, and not just change every year, have one that we can stick to, that the AUS, the art students themselves can say, yes, we give back this philanthropy itself. We help around the world. We do not just help UBC students, we help the world.
It's a little bit unfortunate that you answered philanthropy. I also wanted to say philanthropy. I was the philanthropy chair for the Interfraternal Council last year, and the way that I tackled philanthropy there was quite a bit different from how it's usually done on campus. Usually it's an event that we have here, it's only for UBC students, and then we give back whatever money we raise. What we did last year instead, we partnered with the Canadian National Institute for the Blind. We actually had blind youth from across Lower Mainland come to UBC, and we organized a sports day with them, and we buddied up. It was called the Greek Buddy Olympics. And I think that with the AUS, huge number of students, getting a philanthropy out here where we can actually interact and do something with them is much more valuable.
And so we've talked about communications. So if I see a ranting student just out and about, where should I direct them? And what is the feedback mechanism that we think the AUS should have? Starting with Yana.
A ranting student?
Yeah. Say I see a ranting student.
Depends how wildly they're screaming. Right? I don't want to deal with anybody violent. But I think that there is feedback mechanism with the AUS. We don't provide services on the same level where there needs to be a form and a proper process for, like, I don't know, sexual harassment by an AUS executive. Like, that's not something that comes up. You know, what we're looking at instead is if there's an issue, you need to be able to speak to somebody about the undergrad society in general, not necessarily an incident where somebody transgressed. So having an AUS critic might not be the most useful thing. However, having somebody that can actually address campus issues, address our policy, that's incredibly important, and that falls under the portfolio of the VP External. So dealing with our policy and briefing students about what we're interested in doing this year.
Maria.
Sorry, I forgot. Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. If I see a ranting student out and about, where can I direct them, and what is the feedback mechanism that you think the AUS should have?
The VP External has its own committee. I actually want to have a person directed for that instead. And as well, I also feel like the students should feel comfortable coming to their VP External since I am the one that's supposed to reach out to them. I will have a designated, or if I get VP External, I will get a designated email for that. And I would encourage you to direct any of your complaints towards me because I do want to have a personal basis with the students around UBC campus.
Great. All right, so we're just going to wrap up now with 15 seconds of closing remarks from both of you, starting with Maria.
So once again, my name is Maria Mohan, and I want to be your AUS VP External. I have past experience of the first year rep and council behind me. I know how the AUS runs, and I really, really, really would love to improve it in many ways. I have a vision for the future, and I am determined. I will do what it takes, and I hope you vote Maria Mohan for AUS VP External.
I'm Yaniv, still the same name. And again, I'm running for VP External. I really like the position because I have, although a very different background, my background specifically is always focused on communications. I have a public relations background, military, and a philanthropic background with the Interfraternal Council. I have the experience to do this. I've worked with high levels of government, and oh, we're done already? Okay, well, please go online from the 8th to the 15th and vote for me, Chris Lusky.